If you've ever heard of ChatGPT, you'd know that it's an artificial intelligence chatbot. It's known to be able to make the calculations you need for algebra, summarize a book you were supposed to read for English class, and write entire essays in a matter of seconds. In November of 2022, technology this intricate was made public for the first time to the average person. Can it be detected if you have ChatGPT write you something for school? Yes, Turnitin seems to be able to detect it now. But I wonder if its ideas are worth following through with. Could you get away with it coming up with things to do? Is there a limit? So I decided to test it. The rubric requirements include 1. A minimum of 5 to 10 minutes in length. 2. At minimum 1 interview that enhances the quality and content of your video. 3. Seamless A-roll, B-roll, and sequencing of clips organized in such a way to entertain and inform viewer without mistakes such as jump cuts and abrupt transitions. 4. The voiceover, interview, and music should be used appropriately to enhance video quality. 5. It should be entertaining and informative. Passion for the subject should be evident in the creation of the video.
This is basically just to see if this is actually a viable option. Is ChatGPT's ideas worth following through? Are they, could he, or it actually, could it be alive, things like that. The typical questions, like, people don't even understand the way that this thing thinks. How are they gonna know if it can if the technology can take over jobs and replace people primarily, and can it replace even our ideas? Could it come up with its, own things without being prompted?
Without further ado, here is the first ever video scripted and co-directed by ChatGPT.
Discrimination in schools is a serious problem that affects many students, particularly those who identify as LGBTQ. It can take many forms, from bullying to exclusion. They can also have a lasting impact on a student's mental health and well-being. In this video, we'll hear from LGBTQ students about their experiences with discrimination and what can be done to create a more inclusive school environment.
Again, that music that's in the background, I had to go ahead and take that myself. It can't access the web actively, it doesn't look up things on Google like we do. It has the research from previously, released in November, February. Between there, it was kind of developing, and it still is developing and learning. But it basically was given the data set of everything on the internet before 2021.
My experience is basically just I come out to my friends and I kind of keep to myself about that information. I feel like it's private, but...
Shout out to Moth really quick, who was really willing to help me out with this entire video. Could not live without them.
I don't really know. I don't trust a lot of people, so I just kind of keep it to myself. I mean, I figure people can guess.
For LGBTQ students, discrimination can be especially pervasive. According to a 2022 national survey on LGBTQ youth mental health from the Trevor Project, 60% of LGBTQ youth who wanted mental health care in the past year were not able to get it.
I had to ask it to blend those scripts to see if the wording could get more diverse, and then I ended up going with that script, but I had to do a little bit more wording in two of the scripts. The data placed it. The voiceover were different. One said that 70% of LGBTQ students go through wanting to commit suicide or something like that, or attempting suicide. And then another one was 9 out of 10 students aren't happy with their lives, kind of talking about the same thing. But the data didn't seem right, because 9 out of 10 and 70%, they're two different things. So I had to go ahead and do my own little research, and I just went with some quotes from the Trevor Project, most recent data that I could find. I have heard issues before with ChatGPT giving out random information and data, and then just like gaslighting people into thinking that, yeah, like it's an AI system, it knows a lot more than you, Like, it was really funny. I actually watched this other video about, I think on Computer File, about how it would gaslight people, like saying that it knows the day and it's 2021 still. I think that's kind of funny, like a Back to the Future moment.
Despite these odds, we can decrease the likelihood of them having depression or anxiety by making students' environments more inclusive. Many youth who find their school to be more affirming have reported lower rates of attempting suicide in the last year.
I have faced discrimination. It's just really, people disrespecting my name, teachers included, like substitutes, not respecting my pronouns. Teachers often get that mixed up. Even if they ask students' pronouns, they sometimes don't remember. My mental health isn't good because of it. I'm constantly worried that what other people think about me and what they're gonna say, what they're gonna do, just because of the way that I act. I'm scared to be touchy with loved ones, even though I've seen straight couples do it.
The transitions, they kind of look a little weird, but it did tell me to have the hate posters, but I'm not going to go out and buy hate posters, so I actually had to make those ones. That was really weird, because I'm also gay, so it's kind of weird, having to make my own hate poster for this video. So I think that, I just chose the ones that I found online, so they're real hate posters that I've seen before, except for the one with the rainbow on it. That one was just me kind of slapping something together. But the words that were on all of the posters were definitely something that I found online.
Schools can create a safer and more supportive environment for all students by taking concrete steps to address discrimination and promote inclusivity.
I think it should just be public knowledge, like posters around the school saying that we support you, we understand, we get it, and just being able to make sure that none of the students at the school feel like they should be scared to walk the hallways just because of dressing one way or acting a way. They get called gay and weird because of it, and I just think that creates this effect, sort of, on closeted people's minds as well, where it's okay, I guess I can't act that way or anything. Make it where it's known. Posters, anything. Just even on the school page, it would be really nice.
This ending here I love it. I thought that I wasn't gonna like it as much because it doesn't have as much of the, if you were to look at my editing, a lot of it happened in the beginning with the transitions and the audio and things like that, but whenever I just kind of simplified it towards the end, I feel like it gives people more to focus on, and more to think about. And I also really liked that I fixed the issue with the green screen. Well, I figured out how to fix it without actually having to iron it, so that was really great. That feels really good.
And even reaching out to some people with anything. It'd be really good if there was an assembly or just posters around the school, or hanging things up in the bathroom, or even just talking to certain teachers. It'd be a lot easier to make it an inclusive place.
Shout out to Ma for doing that interview for me. I really appreciated it. And they definitely had a lot of really good things to say. And if you just want to go ahead and watch that video on your own, without, me interrupting with it, I will have the other link there, like wherever I post this. Thanks for taking the time to listen.